Hi there guys and welcome to Dinos Vault. Once again we have another major launch from Yamaha, the new Saluto 125, and I got a number of queries on my YouTube channel asking me to review the bike, and finally the wait is over guys, and here we are. So beginning from the year 2008, every move from this giant Japanese motorcycle manufacturer, Yamaha, has turned out to be a masterstroke. Be it the revolutionary R15, the fun to ride FZ series, the fantastic Phaser series, or even the scooter lineup with the Ray Z and Cygnus Alpha. Mind you, now we also have the ravishing Fascino that has been recently launched, and I'll be giving you my first impression about the scooter as soon as it lands up at the dealerships here in Hyderabad. Now, getting back to the bike we are focusing on today, the Saluto 125. Now, the statement from Yamaha clearly defines what you can expect from the new 125cc Saluto. They have clearly emphasized that the new Saluto is based on the concept of economical and practical Indian family motorcycle. So, now you know what to expect. Well, we all know that the fuel prices have really gone nuts here in our nation, and though all your heart and soul craves for raw power and limitless fun, your mind however chooses to differ and instead helps you understand that as a family man or an individual, what ultimately matters is the amount of cash left in your pocket at the end of the day. Now enter the economy class of motorcycles that are made solely with one purpose alone: to offer maximum fuel efficiency and great comfort that can translate into long yet easy commutes without having to burn a hole in your pocket, or even burn your entire trouser down for that matter. Now, taking a look at the new Saluto, though the design is supposed to be that of a plain Jane commuter, they have tried to make it look as appealing as possible. The fuel tank looks more sculpted, the headlamp seems to be inspired from the FZ series of bikes. It also gets a unicorn type pilot lamp placed on top of the headlamp. The headlamp setup also gets air scoops. You also get the black treatment for the engine, alloy wheels, and the exhaust, which has become a standard norm these days. The silver treatment to the side panels gives it a nice dual tone kind of a feel. For the red color variant, you also get a GT stripe running across the fuel tank, which gives it a nice sporty look. The tail section is neatly laid out with a prominent and striking tail lamp setup. You also get clear lens, turn indicators, and the body graphics also go really well with the overall design and are not too flashy at the same time. And talking about the seat is nice and wide and extremely comfortable. The handlebars just make things better. The overall fit and finish and the build quality is extremely good for the price point this bike is being made available for. Another noteworthy thing here I would like to highlight is the horn. That is really impressive. Though being a single horn, it is really loud and clear. I guess even louder than that of the FZ series of bikes. Now, apart from that, the instrument cluster is an all analog unit with a speedometer, odometer, and fuel gauge. It's pretty basic but well laid out. And now you also get tubeless tires with this bike as standard, which is great. And talking about the switchgear, you get a well laid out switchgear setup with high beam flasher, but you don't get an engine kill switch. Now it comes powered by a single cylinder air cooled 4-stroke 2 valve 125cc blue core engine. Now that puts out a maximum power of 8.3 PS at 7000 RPM and 10.1 Newton meters of torque at 4500 RPM. So now let's just sit back and listen to the exhaust note. It has to be a basic commuter exhaust note. That is what is expected. There you go, a nice and refined exhaust note expected of a commuter. Now the gearbox is a 4-speed gearbox, and talking about my test ride experience, the engine is nice and refined, the power delivery is nice and evenly spread out, the clutch is nice and light. I rode the bike with a pillion on board, and there was adequate power available for overtaking maneuvers. While riding the bike, it is clearly apparent that the engine has been tuned to offer maximum fuel efficiency. The brakes are decent, and so is the suspension. Overall, the ride was pretty satisfactory for a commuter. Now, coming to the USP of the bike is the phenomenal and unbelievable mileage claim that it carries. I guess it is the best in class mileage claim of around 78 kilometers per liter for a 125cc bike, which might translate into a real world figure of around 60 kmpl for sure, which is superb for a 125cc bike. I recall the mileage claim of the Glamour FI being slightly greater, but that is in a whole different league because it is priced way too much when compared to this bike. Fuel tank capacity is 7.6 liters. Seat height is 805 millimeters. Ground clearance is a whooping 180 millimeters. You also get 100 by 80 section tubeless tires at the front and at the rear, and the road grip is adequate enough. Apart from that, you have two colors to choose from. I've tried to feature both of them in this walk around video. You have red and black, and the red one, as I told you, you have a black kind of GT stripe running across the petrol tank, so that is the that looks best in my personal opinion. Ex-showroom price Hyderabad is 54,100 for this bike, which makes it extremely value for money proposition. So that's pretty much it. I just hope you found this video useful. You can stay tuned for more action right here at Dinos World, and feel free to check out my channel where you can find other useful videos on cars, bikes, scooters, mobile phones, headphones, helmets, tablets, TVs, etc. So until next time, this is Dino saying ciao, take care, God bless, and ride safe.